I believe that every body should have or live by a set of rules. And as I've hit my recent milestone in terms of age, it's had me thinking about some of the things that have governed my life and things that I wish I had started doing earlier. If only I had a moment to think about it. Hopefully, if you're watching this video, you might be able to relate to some of these things, but I am purposely shooting to share with you some of the rules that govern my life. Hopefully you learn a thing or two. We'll be right back. Welcome back. My name is Jessica. I'm a broadcaster, fitness enthusiast, a biker girl, and a voice actor. I live in Accra, Ghana. Thank you so much for watching this video. Now, if you're watching it, I'm guessing that you're curious to know what kind of rules I live by. Well, nothing too far out of reach or out of the ordinary, but certainly things that I try to implement every single day. And so let's jump right in. Now, one of my first rules is to be private and low-key. There's one thing about me. A lot of people tend to be really curious about me because they simply can't seem to figure me out. They don't know who I'm dating. If it wasn't for the fact that I worked in media, chances are you would never even hear my name anywhere. And that's the kind of life that I like to live. I think that the less people know, the better. And it's especially also very important in the era in which we live in, where people are compelled to put everything on social media. I believe that we give our enemies and critics the bullets they need to fire at us. The less they know, the better it is for everybody. And so for me, being private and keeping things low-key is what I live by on a daily, and I do not apologize for that. And so let's just keep it as that. Rule number 2, and this is a rule about my career. I believe that at every job you should either earn or learn. If both happens, that's absolutely amazing. That's great. This is a job that you should probably stay at. But if, neither of these are happening at any point in time, then maybe it's time for you to quit that job. Especially if you're young, you still have time, you can always explore and look at other avenues that can actually not only teach you something, but let you earn your keep as well. And so don't waste too much time working in jobs that you do not love, jobs that you do not like, jobs that are not teaching you anything or even paying you right. I think that you should always explore other avenues and see what is out there if time and space can give you the opportunity to do so. Now, number 3 is to live in the moment. And I've realized that a lot of people tend not to do this. Like, you're constantly worried about what's going to happen tomorrow, what you haven't been able to achieve as yet. You're worried about, say, no money in your pocket today. And I get it. I mean, you can't just also sort of embrace life if you feel like you haven't been dealt the best kind of cards. But trust me, the people who are successful today started from the very bottom. A lot of them, at least. Lots of people who are successful today were not born with silver spoons in their mouths. And so if you have the opportunity to just live in the moment and worry about today, the present, I feel like it would cut a lot of your headaches in half, a lot of your troubles in half as well. Sometimes we're so engrossed with everything else that's going on around us that we forget to stop and smell the roses. But the roses smell great. They really do. And if you can just pay attention to the present, what's happening around you, the people who are in your life, the people that matter, the job that's giving you satisfaction, the task ahead, the objectives that need to be fulfilled every single day, you will live life more fully instead of worrying about what happened in the past and what's about to happen in the future. Live in the moment, live in the present. That's why the present is a gift. Rule number 4, whenever you're faced with really tough decisions, ask yourself these 2 questions. Will it matter 5 years from now? If the answer is no, then possibly it should be something that you shouldn't really be bothering about. Alternatively, if it's something that you know can affect things down the line, be it in your relationships, your future, your job, your, just any other aspect of your life, then maybe it's something that's worth thinking about, worth worrying about, worth brooding over. The second question you want to ask yourself is, what is the end goal for this? Before you embark on anything, before you start a project, before you commit your time to people, sometimes it's important that you ask yourself, where's this heading? What's the end goal? What am I getting out of this? What is this moment going to be teaching someone if I invest my time, my energy? What is the big picture? When you know the end goal, when you know the big picture, you're able to sort of work your way backwards and break down all the little tasks that you have to accomplish to be able to give you that big picture that you're looking for. And so it's something that I use like on a regular. Number 5. One trick I use, especially when I get into my office on a working day, is I always put down a list of 3 things that I have to complete before the end of the day. So it's my little list of priorities, and I try not to keep it beyond the number 3, because I feel like everything else beyond that might be a little excessive, unless of course the time calls for it. But on average, I just write down in my little diary a list of about 3 things that I need to accomplish before the day ends. And I realize that it helps put things in perspective and keeps me from getting distracted with the things that don't actually matter. And that sometimes it's really hard to stay focused, especially when you're in the office. You have access to the internet, you have access to social media, you're going on your phone because your phone is buzzing every minute because someone sent you a tweet or is mentioning you on Facebook or wherever else. It's very easy to get distracted. So I realized that when I put my priorities down for the day, and sometimes I even put them down like the day before or the night before, I'm able to sort of tick it as the day wears on and say, okay, I'm done with this, move on to the next. I'm done with that, move on to the next, until I'm done with my tasks for today. I don't know if you'll find it helpful, but this is something that I do. I prioritize my day, and I always have a priority list. Number 6. I intentionally choose my relationships. And I've said this on like several platforms who have bothered to grant me interviews or have ever spoken to me about this. I don't just let anybody and everybody into my life. And in actual fact, when it comes to even the kinds of friendships that I pick, I tend not to like to be picked. I like to do the picking. I don't just let anybody into my life because they want to be there. And indeed, when people really want to get close to me, it makes me suspicious. I would rather just, observe. And in fact, if you come on too strong, like I would take a couple of steps back, because it makes me wonder, is this person genuine? Why are they here? What is the end game for them? I tend to overthink things a lot. But I definitely pick my relationships, and I realized that over the years it's kept me out of a lot of trouble. Of course, not all the relationships that I picked were beneficial to me. Some were real game changers in my life, I must say. Others were obviously there to teach me a lesson or two. And either way, I learned something from all these mistakes and all these relationships that I've sort of nurtured over the years. But relationships are key. And if you're going to get ahead in life, relationships matter. And if you want to build the kind of loyalty that that everybody really craves from their relationships, I believe that one of the strongest ways and easiest ways to do that is to ask people how you can help them, how you can be of help to them, right? It sort of works out in a really interesting way, where if you help enough people along their journey, they will always feel indebted to you. And indeed, that is one of the secrets of networking, right? Creating relationships, meaningful relationships that go beyond just exchanging business cards. So yeah, select and create your relationships carefully. Think about it. My next rule, which is rule number 7, is actually one that I have struggled with a lot. And it has to do with learning to say no. you would go a lot more further if you learn to say no. As hard as it may be to a family member, to a friend, to your employer, to just anybody and everybody who does not deserve your time. You should be able to say no and not feel bad about it. And so, yes, definitely something I'm practicing. I'm able to say no to some people. Others, it's kind of hard. But I do believe that in all the instances where I have managed to say no and I've gone ahead to do my own thing that I believe in, I have been left better off, if I could say so myself, in just trying to manage my time, because time is precious. Now, another pointer for me is this, or a rule that I live by is this: never be satisfied. I mean, I'm not saying do not be content. Let's not confuse the two. I'm saying never be satisfied with where you are, what you do, your achievements. And indeed, if you look at it, the human race is never quite satisfied with anything. It's in our DNA. The moment you begin to become satisfied with your circumstances, complacency sets in and you begin to lose these things rather fast. And so never give up, never stop trying, never stop trying to improve yourself. Never stop trying to be better for yourself and for others. It's work in progress every day, and that's not going to change. In fact, it shouldn't change. Just keep going until you can go no more, but never stop trying, never be satisfied, never become complacent. And the final rule for me is rules about money, or the rule of money. Yes, very important, the rule of money. So people say money is the root of all evil. I'm not actually chasing money. I don't think that's what I'm chasing. What I'm chasing is the comfort that having enough money is able to provide me. And so I don't give small money chance. You know what I mean? Like, I make sure that, if I can mop up, if I can find one peso on the floor or one CD on the floor, I'd pick it up and I'll be grateful for the fact that I found one. Because I believe that every little city, cent, dollar counts towards amassing something great for yourself. If you invest $1 a day for 10 years, can you imagine at, say, a 10% interest rate per annum, can you imagine how much money you can actually put away for yourself? And so for me, it's all about seeking the comfort that acquiring money can bring you, or having money can bring you, and not necessarily being a slave to money. And for me, I try as much as possible to let my money work for me. So I've been working a couple of years, and just recently I was telling a friend of mine about how I've been doing this for 21 years, working 21 years. I've been working since I was a teenager, and in all this time I have been saving my butt off. Like, I have been doing so much. I've been investing, either in properties or paper assets, and I haven't stopped. And it's because I'm trying to find that sweet spot, that point where I do not have to work so hard to be able to maintain my lifestyle. The point that everybody's looking for, called financial freedom. And so when it comes to money, money is a good thing. Don't let anybody lie to you. Be smart with your money. Don't overspend. Save. Invest. These things would help you, and help you a lot. These are my rules about money. I hope you like this video. And in any case, if you have some rules that could be really beneficial to the viewers and the commenters on this channel, please, by all means, drop them in the comments below. I would so love to hear them and learn from them as well. But yeah, at 40, these are some of the things that I have lived by. I hope this video helps someone. If you like it, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe, turn on notifications so you get notified every single time I post. My name is Jessica. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.